enchanter. Think you can make this old blade spit fire? I'll take that as a no.
If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. The Chapel of St. Martin does not violate the terms of the White Gold Concordat. There is no Talos worship going on here.
It violates the spirit of the White Gold Concordat. I must urge you to cease and desist at once.
Oh? What is the spirit of the White Gold Concordat?
The spirit of the White Gold Concordat is that men are not and can never be gods, just as Tiber Septim is not a god, nor is Martin Septim.
But what does the Concordat actually say?
The Concordat forbids Talos worship.
No mention of Martin Septim worship, though?
No, there isn't. I must consult with my superiors. Perhaps we will have to petition for a slight amendment to some unfortunately specific wording within the Concordat. We will keep our eyes on your little cult, however.
Please, madam. Just one septim.
Here.
My most sincere thanks, honored friend.
I'm totally reading this game. We're gonna have to shut up.
I am. I try to be fairly humble, but sitting here day after day not being able to hear myself think for the racket he's causing, well, it tries my scales. Why do you ask? Are you interested in helping? There certainly isn't much a lowly Argonian beggar could do. Thank you very much. I am a beggar. I can't even afford a roof over my head, and I can barely afford to eat. However, if you were to deal with Reynard, I can arrange for you to be paid.
Can I help you?
I don't.
I sell paint horses. They're leaner and more agile than the hulking horses you'll find across the border in Skyrim. Admittedly, there are better breeds of horses elsewhere in Cyrodiil, but none of them come as cheaply as mine.
So your horse fast,
Faster and leaner indeed. Might not be able to withstand quite as many sword blows, mind you, but who cares about that, eh? Unless you tend to use your horse as some sort of fighting partner. Life as a stable master isn't so bad. It can be downright rewarding sometimes. Though, and I'm embarrassed to admit this, but, well, we did lose a horse a few weeks ago. The owner's incredibly upset, as you can imagine. According to a few people nearby, it galloped off to the north, but I don't know where it could have gone to or why. Sadly, I haven't had the time to look into it either. Believe me, traveler, if you do that for me, I'd be very grateful. Like I said, it went off to the north. I'd start there.
Hey there.
Hello.
I was. Yeah.
Ah, yes, the enchanted horse hay he sold me. What a joke. The only thing magical about the hay was that it caught on fire very easily. My horses clippity-clop over it, and boom, it goes up in smoke. Nearly burnt down my stable.
Oh,
Well, I managed to get some use out of it as a way of getting rid of pests. Pretty fun to use, too. But he did still swindle me. Here, take the coin back to Rosada, but tell him to check that his enchanted items actually do what they say they do next time.
Stennar Seno at your service. I'm no Nord, but I'll keep drinking mead until I become one.
Okay. Where is that? There we go. Don't need bathhouse.
Ah, another patron of this fine bathhouse. Please come in, come in. The water's fine. Excellent, even.
So,
Ah, someone else who desires a relaxing bath, yes? Welcome to the bathhouse, fair patron. So, to whom do I owe this pleasure? An excellent name. I get the feeling that you and I are about to become good friends indeed, yes? I call myself Bathes in Murky Waters, though friends call me Bathes, for I enjoy bathing in baths very much. These are dark times for the Empire, wouldn't you say? It still has not recovered from the Great War. And now, once again, it appears it will descend into turmoil. The Dominion are increasing their presence. And I hear rumors, whispers on the wind, of insurrectionist groups agitating against the current government. Some of the political families of Cyrodiil are even vying to place themselves upon the Ruby Throne. What say you to that, friend?
Yeah, it's just survive.
Yes, friend, we must. But if the Dominion decided to decimate the Empire, we would struggle to survive, would we not? Now, friend, tell me honestly, and remember, we are friends here, in this most innocuous of public places. What do you truly think of the Median Empire?
Yeah, given the circumstances.
Perhaps they do, friend. But politics can be notoriously unforgiving. Do you truly believe they will be able to withstand this discontent? No, they cannot. And they will crumble. It is inevitable now. But the Empire is greater than its current Median rule, and it cannot be allowed to collapse, no? There must be change, yes? There must be revolution. Do you not agree?
You know what? Yes. I
Ah,
agree.
then, we are two people of the same thinking, two allies cut from the same cloth, yes? Here, take this. I think you may find it greatly enlightening. I trust you will read it with great care. And now, my friend, I must depart. I am sure we will see each other again.
Yes.
It is times like these that one craves sugar.
Okay then.
Hello.
What brought you to?
This one likes to stay south of the border. The Empire makes the Nords let you through the walls. It is better than constant wandering, even if not so profitable. But there are still many septums to be had. If you mean to ask why Dartacto is not in elsewhere, it is quite simple. He came to Cyrodiil a great many years ago, so long ago he does not even remember the reason, and he has stayed here since. And there are plenty of opportunities for adventure and profit, if one knows to look in the right places. About D'Artagnan? Not so much to tell. He comes from elsewhere, but his home is in Cyrodiil. He has spent most of his time walking Tamriel in this place, and so far, he has no desire to leave. This one hunts, and he sells for a tidy profit. He plunders ancient tombs and caves in search of treasure, and treasure he finds. He lives comfortably, even if he is not rich. He is self-sufficient, and he is content.
Yeah, it's just...
Yes, this is wonderful news!
However, you also been evicted from your Bruma.
Thank you for all the help. Wait, what?
He said he had no choice. He did you as much a favor as
This one understands. He thinks Bruma citizens will have to do without their friendly neighborhood cat burglar. For now. But where will this one go now? His home has been taken from him, and the Geralds are not so hospitable for sleeping rough.
you could revenge from me.
An interesting proposition, honored friend. Allow this one a few moments to consider it. Oh, who is D'Artagnan kidding? Of course! It would be an honor to travel with you. Onwards, to gold, and perhaps less run-ins with the law.
Are you gonna put... Okay then. Yep.
Always walk on warm sands. And this one presumes it isn't your family fortunes, correct?
Bro, there's never... Also, where's your... do I have a...
Talk to you later.
Also, here, come. Okay, I have a Nikki. Huh. Wow. You're sure.
What does this one need?
I'm gonna need to find you some clothes.
Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother. It's just
No.
that my most prized possession has gone missing, and I fear that without help, I'll never get it back. I normally wouldn't approach a stranger like this, but, well, I'm at the end of my tether. I could really use some help. Could I hire you? I could pay you handsomely.
Yeah, tell me some.
Okay. Give me a moment to compose myself. There's a priceless heirloom in my family that has been passed down throughout nearly my entire ancestry. As you may know, we Dunmer revere our ancestors greatly. Ancestry is incredibly important to our people. Therefore, you understand how important it is to me that my heirloom is returned. I am... my apologies, friend. This theft has left me quite flustered.
Fine.
Excellent, thank you. The heirloom that's been stolen, well, by all accounts, the thief fled to the northeast of Bruma. I suspect they're holed up in Frozen Grotto. If you are able to retrieve my heirloom for me, I'll be forever in your debt.
The name's Yotra. I keep the place clean and welcome to the Gerald View.
How's business?
Good as always. Through hard work and exacting quality standards, we ensure our business never wanes.
Do you have any jobs?
As a matter of fact, perhaps so. We're currently waiting on a delivery of cider from Applewatch, but, well, it's late. I don't think anything bad has happened. Poor Avon's probably just overworked, but we need that cider before our stocks go low. I'd be happy to provide you with the appropriate recompense.
Sure.
Excellent. Applewatch is just to the west of Bruma. Please, hurry.
Okay.
The Gerald View is quite an agreeable venue. So, what can I play for you?
I haven't seen
You wouldn't have. Stantis recently hired me to replace who was, by all accounts, a particularly disagreeable fellow bard.
Oh, yes. I assume you're referring to who he
Yes, by all accounts, quite a shocking excuse for a bard. But I'm not here to pass judgment on others. I'm here to entertain. So, want a song? Well, nowhere compares to what's in High Rock, of course. Though perhaps that's just my affinity for Breton culture shining through. Well, there's the Nern Theater. You'll find it on the Imperial Isle just outside the walls of the Imperial City. Other than that, not much springs to mind, I'm afraid. Talk to you later.
Oh, finally! You put some clothes on.
I guess they call Cyrodiil the heartland of Tamriel for a reason. The weather, for one. Nice and sunny.
Indeed, this is odd. And you say it just appeared here out of thin air?
It isn't mine, that's for sure. Where do you think it came from?
What is with this commotion? Where did that come from? Who made this mess?
That's the thing. We don't know.
It just appeared, out of thin air. Maybe that stranger over there has something to do with it.
You there, come here.
Yes? I'm right.
You there, are you the cause of this mess in my conclave?
I just came in here.
You say that with confidence, as though you know exactly what mess I'm referring to. That fills me with a certain degree of suspicion.
Why and how would I make this?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but I suppose within the unknowable depths of the arcane, something such as this is not entirely implausible. That said, I suppose it would be downright foolish of you to strut in here after causing the mess. Well then, I apologize for the inconvenience. Welcome to the Bruma Synod Conclave. Attendant, clean up this mess, would you? And take that statue to the back for examination.
Yes, First Adjunct.
Time will tell.
Okay. Are we waiting for something to happen? Since we calling What's that? something smooth.
I'm Roland Wickert. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here to collect pay from Assad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely slipped my mind. Here you go.
As it is, I don't exactly have the time for trifles such as this. You seem like a helpful fellow. Would you be willing to help discover the source of this mysterious object? If so, let me know. I could use someone of strong wit and not merely of strong arm.
What do you do?
Me? I'm the resident destruction expert here. Well, if you want to call me an expert. I wouldn't. I'm still learning, honing my craft, as they say. My ultimate goal is to perfect the art of defensive spellcasting. I want to be able to conjure the raw power of combative forces of nature and beyond at will. But that'll have to come later. Hopefully sooner later, rather than later.
Okay.
See you.
Oh,
Can I help you?
yeah, what happens?
Not very much, truth be told. Cadius can tell you the official jargon better than I, but suffice it to say, we're quite comfortable and provide a much-needed, if thankless, service. We are the face of the Synod, you see. Our presence here in Bruma gets magic into the psyche of the common man. Surely that could only be a good thing.
I'll tell you what. 'Cause-
What a curious question. Well, I do a lot of things relating to alteration. One of my current particular areas of study happens to be alteration enchantments. You know the trickiest thing about enchantments? Soul gems.
That's
Very grim,
tricky.
harvesting souls and imprisoning them in gems. Hard for me to do. Means I've been unable to do any enchantments for a while. Come to think of it, would you be a sport and bring me a filled common soul gem? I'd pay you for your trouble.
I have one
How
right here.
convenient. Here's your payment. Well deserved for such a quick delivery. Oh, but that poor soul. I hope that whatever you have trapped in there isn't suffering too much. Oh, better go enchant something with this before I lose my composure.
What? Other pains. Awesome. You had a job.
What brings you to the Bruma Synod Conclave this fine day?
Yeah.
Clientele. We are not really a store, so I can't say we do. If you are inquiring as to whether there are many practitioners of magic, or those with an interest in it here in Bruma, there are some, but fewer than in much of Cyrodiil. Nords aren't really the kind to promote the study of the magical arts, you see, so our recruitment rate is somewhat low.
Tell me about this.
We are an organization of mages, officially sanctioned by the Empire. We play much the same role as the Mages Guild of years gone by. We seek to protect magical knowledge for future generations, and ensure that the secrets of Magicka are kept only in responsible hands.
Hey, it's got threats to us.
Magical threats, eh? Well, beyond the normal hedge wizards that you'll find just about anywhere, there are indeed some more troubling rumors. I've heard tell of some necromancers holed up in Underpaw Cave, performing their usual heretical rituals and incantations. They threaten the good name of the Synod, and the Conclave can't spare anyone.
Why did it...
Because their actions are vile. They misappropriate magic, and, through their improper use of it, sow the seeds of fear and distrust of the arcane in the general populace. And if they distrust the arcane, they distrust the Synod. You understand?
Of course. Yeah, I'll
I
clear them out for you.
see. necromancers aren't a force to be trifled with, stranger. I implore you to be careful. I shall see about procuring a reward while you're away, for when, if, you return successfully. Best of luck. Underpaul is to the southwest of Bruma. Should be rather easy to find.
Good morning.
You had shop.
As you noticed when walking in, a couple of seemingly random items have been appearing in the conclave of late, and I'm not quite sure as to why. Given that, as you can no doubt imagine, the conclave is very busy, I am willing to hire external agents to look into this.
What do you want?
After the first item appeared, I had one of the attendants, Attendant Wickard, take it back to the study area for examination. Check with him and see if he's discovered anything.
Okay.
Something you need from me?
What's...
Anything unusual? Well, it's hard to tell, to be honest. I'm not exactly the most experienced mage in this area, but I did notice that it looks an awful lot like an alien design. Haven't you seen the massive statues by the entrances of the ruins? I also know that alien statues this portable and small would be very valuable, and therefore would probably all have been scavenged from the ruins.
Why would him... Any aliens?
My theory? I think someone sent it here as a test. Someone who has access to valuable artifacts such as this, that they plan to come get it back. I think someone is going to try teleporting here using the same teleportation, technique. We should...
Whoa!
I'm going to continue studying this thing. You might want to tell Cadius that this doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon.
Hello.
Hi.
Have you learned anything more about our little perplexity?
Yeah. Still stuff.
Then what are you talking to me for?
It seems more...
By the 8! Maybe we can take advantage of this. Search the conclave. Look for anything that seems out of the ordinary and bring it here. Maybe by examining the items, we can determine their origin.
Was...
Welcome to the Bruma Synod Conclave. How may I help you?
Oh, I can't do that. Loot. Okay. Someone to give me loot.
Hello.
Hi. Up here. Some robes. Alright, guys. Get out.
Be more careful.
I am always happy to help.
That's this. Steering book. Yes. Anything else? Soldier. Okay.
Have you learned anything more about our little perplexity?
Yes. New items.
Give them here. Let's see what they can tell us.
Here's your soldier.
Not just any generic form of soul gem. This is a black soul gem. Only 2 types of people use these. Murderers and necromancers. This certainly isn't an item which carries with it a positive stigma.
Well,
What
that's a
else?
useful one. Boots.
Fairly common, but it seems familiar for some reason. This almost seems like the type of boot I would wear. Intriguing. What else?
A book.
A book? Weathered memoirs, eh? This seems to be a journal of some sort about the creation of Frostcrag Spire. Well, this is an interesting twist in our little mystery. Before we examine this further, I'd like to see any other artifacts which may have appeared.
That's all of them.
These told me a lot, thank you. One thing is certain. Whoever these items belong to is affiliated with the magical arts. More specifically, the darker side of the magical arts. It would also seem that our mystery mages have some connection with Frostcrag Spire.
What can you tell me about Fox?
Haven't you seen that large tower in the mountains off in the distance? That is Frostcrag. It was supposedly erected back in the late Third Era by some old mage with too much time on his hands. Quite the sight, isn't it? It would probably still be of great interest to the Synod too, were it not sealed off many years ago by its last residents. I'm not quite sure what part the Spire plays in the summoning of these mysterious objects. Yet. We shall see. You're actually only half right. You see, now that I have at least some idea who's behind this, I'm restricting this investigation.
Okay.
The Synod appreciates all your help in solving this little enigma, but at this point... Wait, what's that? Oh, not again!
Nice.
This is madness. I am sick and tired of these intrusions. It would appear that your services are again required before payment can be rendered. I cannot simply step back and allow this to continue, not now that there is a tangible threat to our hall. We must act. Go to Frostcrag Spire and do whatever is necessary to put an end to these infuriating escapades. I just hope that the college isn't somehow involved in this. Divines know they live to make trouble for us.
Smell of burnt hair in the conclave.
Well, yes.
Don't you worry. Find a good secluded area of the
Whoa.
Geralds later to practice in.
Hello.
my friend. We'll do.
Okay. Ah, hello.
Away with you, rube!
Excuse me? I'm here to speak.
You there, a traveler, in my house?
Yes.
Why, of course, you are here to sample the sweet sounds of Renard Haven Tone and his lute, or his flute.
I'm here because neighbors are complaining about the noise.
Noise nuisance.
Nuisance.
Noise nuisance?
That's
What do you take me for, some Halliway wastrel? I'm a bard, you impudent fool! How dare you speak to me in such a manner? And whoever complained, such nerve!
They're complaining, not me.
Ah, yes, but you were the messenger girl, weren't you?
Yes.
You are the one who came to deliver their infernal message. Indeed, whoever it was that complained is likely an agent of Maroon's Dagon. For who else would have such distaste for the beauty of music?
Keeping them out.
Then they should have asked me to play lullabies. That would have been sufficient.
That probably would
I
give
believe
them
one of
nightmares.
those goes something like, you know, in the great green tomb, there was a chorus, and a troll that had been dead since Sundays, and a picture of a guar jumping over the mountains. That kind of thing. They could have asked for that, but no. Instead, they proclaim me a nuisance. The nerve. The nerve.
Is there any way I
First you insult me, then you offer me aid. How unexpected. At least you're learning your place.
Excuse me?
Yes, I suppose there's something you can do. My prize loot is missing, and I'm forced to use this shoddy replacement. It is impacting my ability to perform greatly. It is even making my renditions of Valenwood's Scholar Streams Anew into Sinew sound worse. Valenwood's Scholar Streams Anew into Sinew. That is a basic ballad. Absolutely basic.
That's a
So,
mouthful.
go and fetch my loot. Some thief took it, probably. Somewhere here in Bruma, I imagine. Off you go. Time's a-wasting.
Yeah, look at your food. How is that? Knows your neighbors.
Annoying! I will try to hold my rage for now, but do not try my patience, Rube. Go fetch the loot before I clunk you over the head with my flute!
Please don't make me shove a crossbow bolt up your ass. Hey, you.
Come to speak to the best bard in old Tamriel? Huh?
Did you stone
Nope.
fruit?
None at all.
Of course.
Try asking the ruffians over at the Restful Watchman. That's where most of the riffraff like to drink themselves into a stupor.
Solve it.
I'm Bonus. My dad is Albekius. What's your name?
Damnable tavern! Damnable owner! How dare he allow that lizard to engage in such a salacious display? Scandalous!
Okay.
What is it?
Razada the Resplendent greets you! How can my arcane ability and esoteric enlightenment help you on this fine day?
That's all the payment.
Indeed it is. Why are you looking at me like that? Go on, shoot!
My reward.
Ah, right, that, small matter. Almost slipped my mind. Here, take this spell tome. I came up with the spell myself, you know. To conjure a zombie, ooh. I modified the standard spell to make it more effective, and I believe you will like the results.
Good morning.
Terribly. You.
The Restful Watchman. Rooms and food, that's what we do. What do you need?
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Well, honestly, sometimes I do. I'm only saying this because I suspect you might be able to help me out. You see, there's this snooty Altmer that came through
How
here a
you
few days
say
back.
that
One of
about
those haughty
feelings?
Alinor types. Newcomer to Bruma. Well, he came here, not realizing that the Gerald view might have been more to his tastes. After he witnessed a few of our, morally gray activities and an exceptional display of promiscuity, well, he decided to leave.
I see.
Now, in his outrage and disgust, he's planning to try and press charges against my tavern. If you could just talk him down, I'd appreciate it. Because I can pay you, and I'm charming test. Why wouldn't you help me? Great. He's probably storming around town right now, trying to rabble-rouse against the Watchmen. Put a stop to it.
Alright. Yes.
I don't tend to gossip about my patrons. Bad for business, you know, especially when you're in my line of work.
Uh-huh.
Suckered by the synod, weary of the whispers, why not go somewhere more agreeable?
We don't want to
Well, true enough.
Magical wonders.
There's this Breton guy who comes through here every now and again. Sleaziest guy I've ever seen. Except for me, of course. Got a reputation to maintain, you know?
But of course.
Name's Etienne. Or something like that. Anyway, he mentioned something to do with Akaviri trinkets while we spoke. Mentioned wanting to sell them, or something. I guess he's your man.
Where can I find this?
I don't know. Listen, do you really think I'm going to tell you everything about my customers? That's a sure way to get run out of this business.
Don't play dumb, me. We're both smart.
Listen, you want me to tell you so badly? Make me. I'm not budging until I've been forced to, legally. You know what I'm getting at, I assume.
Can I help you?
Not yet. Excuse me.
Can I help you?
Do you know anything about reading Toad's loot?
Even if I did, why would I tell you anything? So you could go like the good little saint you are and tell the guards? Huh, no.
It's to make him
Oh, really? Well, in that case, I suppose I can make an exception. We kicked that old horker out of here a little while back. Can still hear him from his house across the way. It'd be nice to get rid of that nuisance. Here's the truth. Yes, I took it. It was made out of a fine oak and encrusted with some rubies. Good gold, friend. So I sold it to some of my most prolific business partners.
Where is this business?
Capstone Cave. It's not too far from Bruma. By all means, go take it up with them. Either they'll kill you or you'll kill them. Makes no difference to me. Our business has already concluded. However, I have a smarter proposal. We drove Renaud out of the Watchman, and he's no doubt had the same happen at the Gerald View. He's out of work. I'm sure you've seen the hilarious Bardic Masterclass posters he's putting up all around Bruma in the hope of keeping a roof over his head. Well, tell him he's got a new venue to play at. Tell him to go to Capstone and play. Those boys have been looking for some entertainment for a while now. You'll have to negotiate it with them at the cave first, of course. If you do that, either they keep him and Renaud is successfully out of Bruma, or they punish him, and no one's any the wiser.
And then I'll just go there.
As you should. Which option you decide to pursue is your concern. Negotiate him a job or retrieve the loot by force. Doesn't matter much to me. Just don't drag me into this again. My only interest in Renaud is hearing him shut up. This is not my affair.
This one wonders to himself sometimes.
Can I help you?
Failing soon, Charles. No way it was just a coincidence. It must have been. Oh, hello. What are you looking at? Speak.
you're not worried about.
That's none of your... I suppose there's no harm in telling you now. Who knows? Maybe you'll be able to help. I'm a mercenary. Been one for years now, and I don't often fail a job. But this last time, I did fail, but not through any fault of my own.
Yeah, tell me.
I'd been hired by some anonymous noble to clear out a cave full of bandits near Bruma. Offer some nice coin, too. My wife came with me. We're battle partners. Things were going well until we were ambushed. Bandit reinforcements showed up out of nowhere, flanking us the way we came. They bound us and gagged us, left us disarmed and defeated. They left with my wife and left me to die. I managed to escape my captivity, but when I got back to the cave, they'd gone. All of them, including my wife. I've been searching for her damn near a whole year now. No success. Praise Malakath. Once you turn up something solid, let me know. I'll be here. The best place to start is probably the castle. Ask the nobles, see if they know anything.
Good friend.
So many things to do for Bruma. And, oh. God damn it. Perfect.